add-on called Console Port, and it's been quite interesting. Let me bring this music down a little bit. I think music menu. I think the music menu music is a different setting, but maybe not. But I want to try this with a brand new character. I have exported my settings for the Console Port add-on because it lets you export a string sort of the way that Weak Auras does, except this one's like massive. But let's try to create a new character. I'm testing this on a Night Elf Hunter because I'm going to try to steer my grandchildren to playing this because it's easy to play and fun, and you know, they seem to like, you know, cats and dogs, so we'll just grab something that sounds fine. We're going to go through this initial starting area. Going to go in at level 1.
After years of imprisonment within the Emerald Nightmare, Archdruid Malfurion Stormrage has finally returned to the mortal world. Reunited with his love, Tyrande Whisperwind, Malfurion endeavors now to heal the corrupted world tree Teldrassil and rejuvenate the spirit of the Night Elf people. Yet as the great Cataclysm shakes the boughs of their colossal tree, the Night Elves brace themselves against the coming storm. As war and destruction close in from all sides, it falls to Night Elves like you to stand strong and protect the enduring legacy of your people.
Okay, sounds like a good call to action. I need to set this up to use the Console Port add-on and the other add-ons that I generally prefer. So the first thing, I have a little cheat sheet that I made. Let me pull it up on my second screen here. Where is it? All the things I need to do to set a new character up here. Can't believe I closed it. Create a character, enter the world, set up the following. Bartender should go to the controller setup, or the controller profile that puts XP and reputation up here. It shrinks the micro icons and puts them down here, and it puts a when the group finder comes up, it also puts a giant eyeball right here, which is kind of fun. And the vehicle exit button goes right here in the top right corner of the mini-map. So I don't have to do anything with the basic mini-map. It's set up the way it should. I can move this up a little bit so it's away from the left bumper there. So next thing is I'm going to add a couple macros to fix the way the screen is. I don't like my screen to be this large. To me, this is way too much. So I have a letterbox macro that I'm going to put here. And this is the left D-pad with left and right triggers press. So I'm going to hit the left D-pad, and there we go. And the reason it's on the D-pad as opposed to like I just do it once and that's it is because the game will very often reset the viewport back to its original, or what it'll do is it'll move this viewport that I have now up to the top of the screen and put a larger black bar at the bottom, which I also don't want. So now anytime I can just hold both triggers and left bumper, and you can see it highlighting there, and it'll run that script and reset the 3D world to draw within this particular frame. Okay, so that's good. I also want to add a button, a macro, /macro, called leave. And since this is mostly for the grandkids for now, this leaves all of the channels, all the chat channels. So if I oh, I didn't get assigned correctly. Why didn't it go there? Let's try that again. Leave goes there. Did it go there properly? Huh, it didn't. Strange. Well, that's something to figure out. Let's try it one last time. Let's try it there. There it is. So, right button, and you can see I left channels 1 and 3. It actually does channels 1 through 4, but 2 and 4 are currently invisible until you are in, like, town, like Darnassus. So it's not really there. Well, I don't really want to do that. Maybe I can do that. Maybe that'll be enough. Maybe that'll just get rid of it. All right. Or maybe not. Maybe what that is the channels that I haven't left yet, that I don't really have access to at the moment. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because trade and services would be in town, so yeah. All right. All right. So next thing is we're going to set up shadowed unit frames, and I have a special profile for the controller, which puts boxes here. And okay, we got our first quest here. You can see how this immediately went to the accept button, so I can hit A to accept it. It's quite clever. Love it. Okay, the next thing is to set up threat plates, TP, and choose Bree, which is my standard default for the way I like these nameplates to be. Puts a little blue arrow on them when it selects. It's not going to select now because I'm not using the controller, but it'll have, here, I'll show you. See if it does this correctly. Let's do a deliberate selection. There we go. See the little blue arrow? That means this is my target. Yeah. All good. Okay, so this reminds me I need to go to the next step. I'm doing this by hand because it's just faster for me to do this using the mouse and keyboard. So I'm going to set this to auto loot, combat, turn off personal resource display. Now when I auto loot, it grabs everything. I don't like having to wade through all the things that show up. Open the main map, make it fit the screen. Yes, thank you. Zoom all the way in on the mini-map. Build out the heirloom set for extra power. All right, heirlooms. So we've got, let's see. That's a good looking one. That's a good looking one. That's the only option. That one matches and looks good. That one matches and looks good. Bow. We don't use mastery yet. Versatility, that's good. Haste and versatility. Haste is good for us. 2 of those, and I think that's it. So now we put it all on. Again, I'm using the mouse and keyboard because it's just faster, and I want to get this done quickly when they're here. Alright, so far so good. Now I have to clean up. Let's see, we have Kalail's tracker here. We have bartender adding this. Now I need to configure this. So to do that, I'm going to go in here into controls, and I go import, and I have a string that I have exported to a separate file. And I have to go grab that. Paste it in there, load it, check all the things you want to use. Oops, I don't care about seeing all that. I'm not going into details about everything. I'm just like, oops, just grab everything and apply it. There we go. Now it should be the way I want it. Yes, okay, good. So these are, see how it raised the black up there? So let's go like that. Put it back where it was, and we see that there's oh yeah, the art still shows up interesting when you mouse over it. That's fine, I don't mind that. I just don't want it there the whole time. Okay, so here we go. Let's I can hit A to eliminate that. So let's see how this works. Let's get my macro that I have for steady shot. It goes there, and I think that's all we have so far. And you can see that it's _SS. So it shows the fact that it's a macro, which is nice. Left D-pad is select enemy, so I'm going to select that guy. Nice, one-shots. D-pad up is loot or interact with NPC. Oh, one more thing I forgot to do. I need to go to the edit mode and choose Bree. That's going to do things like move this down. It's going to move Pratt down more so it doesn't cover the 3D world. And it's also going to move the cast bar so that it's a little bit higher and doesn't cover the map as much. There we go. So far, this add-on seems to be quite well written. It behaves, doesn't throw a bunch of errors. The configuration is fairly straightforward, and the it's not a kludged together set of Lua commands to create his own UI, which is nice. It doesn't use the default built-in ones, which always look ugly to me. Okay, now this is really interesting. To do this, I'll show you what I did. Interact, D-pad up. Now this one, it immediately went there, so I just hit A, and we're good. But sometimes if you, when you do a turn in, it'll default to a weird place, and you just use the D-pad to move around to the different buttons. And it works quite well. Looks like we have another spell, so let's move that to where I like it, which is... yes, this is interesting. So these are the normal bars. We're not as concerned with that because we're not using them. We are concerned with whether I want this on X, Y, or B. And he has this correctly from left to right, X, Y, or B. I want this in the middle here, right there. But if I wanted it somewhere else, I could put on the right bumper, left bumper. This would be if I'm holding the left trigger and hitting X, Y, or B. Right trigger hitting A, or left trigger hitting the left bumper, and then we're all the way over here to the D-pads. So it's sort of confusing at first until you analyze it more closely, and then it makes sense. It's just a secondary way to get into assigning all the spells you need, and not just spells, but all sorts of interface requests. You know, open bags, whatever. Oh, it looked like it dropped it. Let's go get it again. We go. Sometimes I don't use the sometimes I don't do it properly, and I'm still trying to figure that out. Die. It's the benefit of having an overpowered build. Yeah, I like my interface to be as clean as possible from here up. Actually, between here and here, I want as few things as possible covering my three-dimensional world. So, normally I wouldn't have my mini-map this big, but I'm trying to get used to it for the grandkids so they can see things very clearly when they're here. Okay, I need more stolen bags. 3 of 5. I need 2 more. The movement is fluid, very, very nice, very elegant. You can change the speed of the rotation, both yaw and pitch. Right now I have it set to fairly low because I don't like it to whip around very quickly. And I especially know the kids will probably get nauseated if they have to experience that. Here, let me close my document out over here. I don't need that open. Yay! A is jump. A is jump. Okay, now you're going to see this interface. Quite clever the way he did this. So I hit up arrow. You can see it defaulted to a position that it thinks it wants, but I'm like, no, I don't want that. I hit left D-pad and it jumps over there. I hit continue, and then it auto-selects or auto-positions on the complete quest. Same thing here. Now this time it picked it okay. Maybe because we had just done one, but now we can say continue. And now I want to accept the next quest. So you don't have to like move your mouse over there and click on it while you're in the middle of, you know, running around and doing things. Quite nice. Okay, wing clip, we're not going to do anything with that. I'll just leave it there for now. Okay, so, oh yeah, we have to talk to this lady. Now, let's see, what is it? Not that, but left trigger, and then, I forget what the button is called. But that lets us open the bag. Let's go ahead and sell some things. Boy, I sure talk a lot when I get going. Now I'm going to sell things by hand using the mouse and keyboard because you can you can use this, but it just takes longer. Sell. So if all you had was the controller, then yeah, it's totally workable. But I'm just going to do it using the mouse and keyboard from now on, because I can just do it so much faster. And I have them here. I'm not on the big screen TV in the living room where I, you know, don't have access to a keyboard or a mouse, so why not take advantage of them while they are here connected to my computer? This right here, by the way, is a leveling buff. You can, as soon as you level, you get this buff that lasts for, 60 seconds or something, I forget. 2 minutes maybe.
Goddess bless you.
And it slowly counts down unless you keep killing things, and it keeps adding like 3 seconds or 5 seconds to the duration. So you could maybe go, indefinitely, just if you had a really good place where there was a lot of enemies around. You could just keep that buff going, but of course, my agility is fairly low, 35, so it's, 40%, or 1.4 times 35 is not that much agility. Okay, so let's close that. D-pad up. I've done this about 10 times recently, just trying to work out the kinks of this add-on. And then before, well, not too many with this add-on, but before I was trying to do it by hand, using bartender and just positioning the spells on the bar in sort of an arrangement like they are here. And it was a bit clunky looking, but it made sense to me, when I was playing with it. And it was working, but then I found a post where someone said you should really try console port, not to me, but just in general. So I'm like, okay, let's test it out. So I fired that up. It was the only add-on installed, and it was like, oh, okay, I get it. This is kind of clever. So yeah, it's just a matter of making it my own. Okay, where are you, Dryad? There you are.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Disengage. We'll just leave it where it is for now. It's not where it's going to live. A lot of these spells will go in certain places, but I'll move them later on. I'm still in that process of figuring out where I like my spells to be. Like I was putting camera movement on left trigger on the D-pad, but I realized I can do it by doing both both left and right trigger. And I like that the lesser used utility items would require more things to be held down to get to them, as opposed to like combat where you want your most used spells to not require any modifiers like the left or right trigger. Or the lesser used combat items or buff items to require either the D-pad or the main A, B, X, Y, but with like modifiers held down, like one modifier. Like perhaps the left trigger because it's easier to coordinate when it comes to like the right hand and the left hand, at least for me. Just a little blue check mark and the nameplate gets larger.
Work complete.
Now
What
that's
is
12. Now
making
she's gonna
stop?
have me kill
Hi.
the big lady here, or the big guy. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl fighter.
Work complete.
Whoa, hello, come back.
Is there trouble?
Turn this in. Oh, choose your reward so you can just sort of bounce around. Like to get down, I don't go down, I go left. Well, I was going left. Left. It made a liar out of me. For many of these, going left will correctly choose the leftmost item there.
What brings you here? Illuminate.
It's kitty time. On the way to get a kitty, or on the way to do this quest, we'll get a kitty. And then I'll rearrange some spells and add a... well, no, I guess this steady shot macro can stay. Come on, kitty. Give me Predator's Thirst. Alright, so that would be... Is it here somewhere? By default? Yeah, there it is. Let's move away a little bit. There we go. With left trigger X. Oh yeah, I remember what I forgot to add. There's this interesting macro where you can tell it to not add things to the... Don't add things to the system for me. So let's put that on left trigger. So I want left trigger X auto push. Okay, so what that does is it says, I don't want the game to put spells on my bar for me. That's one thing I forgot to do. So that's why we're getting all these spells, because I hadn't yet assigned that. Left bumper, right bumper. Where would that be? No, that's down, right. Where are the others? Oh, that's right. I want these on trigger buttons. So left trigger, let's see. Dismiss is left trigger right, so it replaces that one. This one will be left trigger left. Yeah, so I hold down, right? Is that right? Or did I want those on both trigger? No, those are just left trigger. Correct. Maybe I want them on right trigger. See, I'm still trying to figure it out. I still don't know where I want them. We're not going to worry about that yet. And I don't know why this is not being bound. Huh. Because it was there before. Oh, because it's left trigger, then that. Okay. All right. This I want over here. And I don't want it to cover the main screen. So that's good. Now there is one weird thing that I did notice on my last playthrough on a character I just deleted to make this one. She was about level 9. Is when you go to use an item, like the one here, it's not bound to anything, but the way they have you do it is you hold both triggers, you hit A, you hold down A, and then you can choose, like I'm keeping it held down, you can choose one of these things, and I don't know why it's not up there, I would prefer it up there, but it's down here, and it's like, can I get it to work? That's the trick. There we go. It's a bit odd, and it might just be me having to work on it to try to figure it out and see how it works. But I tried using their interface to rebind it so that it was the top position, which would be, I don't know if it'll show here. Controls, rings. Yeah, okay, so it's not, it would show up here as the second item, and I was trying to get it to be at the top. Like, it was down here. It was those little rocks you throw at the grells in the cave, and it kept bumping down to the bottom. It would be at the top for one throw, maybe a second throw, and it would bounce back to the bottom. I don't know why. But being at the top made a lot of sense, because when I would go like this and go up and select it, then the target was also in that, roughly that same position as where this arrow is. So it sort of made good sense to my brain that it would be like, go up, choose that thing, and that's where the target is. But it wasn't keeping it. And no, I'm not reading the quests verbatim, because I've done these easily 100 times since 2007. Yes, they've changed since then with Cataclysm, but they're still basically the same. I don't know what it is about the Night Elf starting area. It's just very tranquil and soothing, and I love leveling in this tree trunk, even though some people absolutely hate it. I just kind of adore it. Because the music's pretty, it's all green. Very druidic. Very nature.
Greetings. Farewell. May the stars...
I like that as I'm rotating the camera, it's not like whip panning all over the place like some people whip pan, whip pan, whip pan, and it like makes you sick when you watch it. I mean, this might make people sick for a totally different reason, but at least it's not because it's whip panning everywhere. Like that, you know, it's nice and graceful and moves slowly and steadily, and it's just nice. It's very smooth. I don't think the kids will get that joke, fortunately. So the macro I'm using there, steady shot macro, just very simple. Pet assist, pet attack, cast steady shot. And I have it set up simple like that so that when the kids are here and they can stand back here and hit, that way they can see their kitty run. They'll be like, go kitty, go! And then of course they can hit Y and do more damage if they want. I don't remember when it was, but they evidently changed steady shot so that it doesn't generate focus anymore, or mana back in the day. It just doesn't take anything. It just consumes time, and during that time, I guess the idea is that you regenerate some focus. So, like, if we do that, and then...
I don't have a
I
target.
guess I can't do that, but
I can't attack that target.
let's try that again. Problem is I'm killing too quickly. Yeah, see that? It was regenerating well in those initial second or two while I was trying to cast steady shot. Just a filler spell, but it's good for them because when they're here, they can see their kitty running. Feels like, you know, it makes having the pet a meaningful choice to them, hopefully, as opposed to just going boom, boom, and killing it before the pet even gets there. It's like, why bother even having a pet? Of course, when you get to level 10, the cat can charge in, and it also has kill command, which is like insanely powerful. So that'll be fun. They gotta like leap in and just chomp it, and it'll die almost right away.
I need a target.
The auto targeting is very nice. It's a part of the console port add-on. It could be turned off, but I like it. Okay, feign death. Now notice, since I hit that button, there's no feign death anywhere on the spells. Oh yeah, let's move this off. We're not going to be using Cheetah. They can run around at normal speed. I don't want to burden them with spells that aren't really critical to combat. When they get their mount, that's how they can move fast. Anything else is just extra stuff. Okay, let's get rid of this. Again, that was on there because of the... I didn't yet put everything else here. Okay, let's move this off as well. We won't need that again for a while. Or at all. So we need to find Strigidal feathers. Good kitty. Sorry, kitty, I wanted to double tap them. That one. And you can see that since we have both webwood spider silks, the spiders no longer have the quest arrow or the quest exclamation point above them, which is helpful. Some people think you're making the game too easy. It's like, well, the game is massive. You know, any chance to make it faster or easier, like, so you don't have so much cognitive overload all the time, to me is a welcome thing. Especially if you've never played before. My grandchildren have never played before. So, you know, they're... You know, any little help I can give them so they don't have to fight the game to play. It's just like a very kid-friendly experience. That's the thing you have to kill right over there. Go kill that thing. Alright, let's go give him these things. Wee, a, chumpy jump.
You again? Don't touch me!
He's grumpy. Not bad, 2 6-slot bags. I think the only thing that confuses me at this point is this. I don't know how to fix this yet. I'll keep at it to see if I can crack the code, but maybe create a custom one? I don't know. But it's a lower priority because I can always just take over the keyboard and mouse and just sort of do the difficult quest for them or with them and just have them move around, but then, you know, I can click on the thing and then click on the ground to trap the little grell in the
Can I assist you?
in the cave, because they'll probably be scared. They'll be like, oh, I don't know, it's scary. I'm scared, Grandpa.
My goods are of the highest
All
quality.
right, so here we're going to go left.
Be careful.
Yes.
Till next we meet.
Take spring water, that's fine.
Goddess, watch over you.
And we're going to go.
Browse.
I want to make this my home.
Good luck.
Yes. Very clever the way it jumps around like that and shows the A button the whole time. That pleases me to see that clean. Sorry. Going back and forth.
I am honored.
Alright, let's just do quickly. I don't need any of this stuff. It's all junk to me. Not even gonna look at it.
Asha Fela.
Again, just for expediency's sake. Let's do the city quest. Our flight path quest. Introducing us to flight
Vishnu
paths.
Daldiev. Farewell. Ashafa.
See how when I hit the left pad, it just went down to decline and then jumped over to accept? That pleases me. Many things about this add-on please me.
I'm listening. Good luck, friend. Denadris. May the stars.
This also pleases me greatly. Look at this. It immediately chooses where I need to go, which is Darnassus. Oh.
Farewell.
I don't have to select anything. I just hit A. We're flying through Teldrassil before it gets burned. Spoilers, darling. Alright. Turn in this quest. Now when they're here, of course, I will introduce them to the idea of tabards.
Hello.
And I will say, go ahead and buy that tabard and put it on. It'll
May
help
the
us later on.
stars guide you. Be careful.
I'll say, also, see this purple thing right here? Let's go in there for a moment and see what happens. They'll be like, what? Oh, wow, okay, this is a different place. And I'll show them on the map how we've moved to a completely different part of the map. Alright, here we go. Let's get a tabard again. The
What
interface for
brings you
buying
here?
things takes few too many steps, so I'm not going
Heirloom
to.
light your path.
Alright, so let's go back there. Whoops. Back here.
I am honored.
Unexpected
May the
gift.
stars guide you.
Yes.
Goddess watch over you.
Yes. Yeah, it gets faster and faster, whoops, as you do it. With that, I had to use the D-pad to choose the other location. Alright, so we have to return. Not going to pick up that quest just yet. We're on the return journey, so I will give this back to the quest giver that sent me on this little mission.
Feel free to browse.
Good luck, friend. Be careful. Good luck, friend.
Excellent. Hunter's Mark. We're not going to use that either. It's one more thing that we don't really need. It only gives a 5% benefit to DPS above 80%. And that's not enough. If we were going against a raid boss, maybe, but not here. Ah, Jade File was added to your utility ring. Use left, right, A. And see, there's that interesting utility ring that I still am fighting. So we'll figure that out eventually. Tell you what, let's get the mail so I can get rid of that little hickey on the side of the mini-map. I mean, there's only so much he can do, you know, using the controller interface to try to grab, you know, like, getting the mail is, like, multiple steps, but it's like, you know, what else are you going to do? It has to work a certain way, so I don't blame it for working the way it does. It's just... I just know since I have a mouse and keyboard, I'll just use that for now. It's just much faster for me.
Peace be with you.
I did sort of force myself to use it earlier, so I know how it works. It's just not great for what I want to do right now. There, no more hickey on the minimap. So we need to find these fell cones. We're going to poison that dude because his request to kill creatures made the druid angry. The irony must be lost on her that most of these quest givers are having me kill things. So either it was poorly written or she's an idiot. It'd be easier, it would make more sense if she just said, I don't like him. Will you go poison him for me? Let's go ahead and use that XP buff. The event buff, it's like 19%, I think? Yeah, 19%. So we're going to get leveling faster because I want to see things faster. I want to see how the UI changes as I add more spells, you know. I see a fell cone over this way. Now it's green.
Complete.
That work complete, I think, is Khalil's tracker. And I like it. We'll do the vial on the way back. Quite vial. Thread the needle here. Avoid all the things on the side. Again, the pet is more like a little token helper at the moment. He doesn't do much. Just hello, you have a pet now. Get used to it. Later on, when you reach level 10, he'll actually be useful, as opposed to just an ornament.
Work complete.
Alright, now I should have... Yeah, I have the quest for that. For the Emerald Dreamcatcher. And I will get rid of the elite while we're here. He's a pushover. If I have a bag, maybe? Yes, good. We'll loot that one when we loot this one. And when Classic came out, there was a line of about, God, so many people waiting to loot that. And then with Hardcore Classic, it just got worse. Because people would keep dying over and over, and then they would line up there. I didn't play it, but man, it was. I saw videos. It was pretty bad. Ah. So far, the killing and the looting, spot on. Very, very good. Being able to just hit a little controller button. I can put my feet up on the desk if I want to. I could lie on the floor if I wanted to. It's quite nice. No shoulder hunching you know, from sitting there with your shoulders like hunched or in a weird way. Okay, so left and right click, A, spin the wheel around, select, right? Or do you just, okay, that's what it is. That's annoying. Okay, so A, I'm pointing down. If I let go of the triggers, nothing happens. If I let go of A, then I start running. You know what? That might be Steam. Let me turn off Steam. Steam, I had it running earlier. Specifically the oops, I don't want to exit that. I want to exit Steam. Steam conflicts with a bunch of non-Steam programs. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm futzing with little things at the bottom of the screen there. Okay, now they're gone. Let's see if this... Okay, so holding both triggers doesn't do anything. Let's see if this still tries to run. Okay, no, because it wasn't Steam. I guess I did have that set correctly. So if I let go of everything at once... Okay, so I have to let go of both triggers and the A button at the same time. It was not Steam causing that because I had fixed that setting and the setting was actually working. So that's good to know. Because I had to look it up, and how do you fix so that Steam doesn't keep clobbering other applications? Because I keep having to quit Steam to launch things and have it not screw up my controller.
Now
Here you
what?
go, dude.
You again?
Feeling a little ribbit? Got a frog in your throat? You might think, well, that little XP bar at the top, how can you even see it? Well, I have all my bartender bars set, so if you mouse over them, they get, you know, more vivid. Ooh, let's also do this. Glasses. Again, mouse and keyboard. I have them. I'm going to use them. There. Now, much more vivid. I think the ones that he built for this app, or this add-on, are prettier. But, maybe I should look at his little system to see if there's a way to move that up there. There might be. Because I would use that. It's very pretty. I don't like how vivid the color is. I like it more muted, but you can change that, so that's good.
I am listening. Goodbye.
What brings you here?
Again, quest dialogue experience is very good. Very impressed with that. Movement is clean. Casting spells is
What
clean.
brings you here?
Dialogue interface, very clean. Assignment at first is a bit confusing because you have this huge grid, but once you parse the fact that you don't really care about the bars necessarily, I guess this is dragon writing, which I'm not going to be doing. Once you figure out, you know, the meaning of all these little widgets, you know, X, Y, B, and then, you know, how they're basically laid out, then it's not that bad. It's pretty easy to work with at that point. Okay, so let's not track that. Right? Let's untrack. There we go. I think it's shift and then I click. Okay, I need to turn in the Emerald Dreamcatcher.
I am honored.
Whoops.
I am listening. May the stars guide
Okay, this one's not so easy. I should have gone left.
you. Good luck, friend.
Left.
Go in peace. Then night.
Left.
Go in peace.
Left.
May the stars.
Left seems to be the solution to many of these requests. Okay, so I'm not picking up that one, but I am picking up this one.
What brings you here?
Yes. So let's see, what are we doing? Oh, this is the one where I'm gonna have to help the kids. The one where it's inside of the cave here. These little seeds, these little rock things. And for this, I'm probably just gonna use the mouse and just click it and then position it, because it's so much faster. I mean, I'll show you what I mean once we get in there. Both keys, whoops, down, this, whoops, down, select. Okay, now there's an invisible crosshair that is right around there, above my head. And I'm just going to throw this over here, just get rid of it. And when you move your character around, you can position that crosshair, which is where things are going to be thrown when they're targeting the ground. So I don't remember what I do. I think it's a right, left stick push in. Yeah, that's it. So left stick is right mouse button or left mouse button. So A, down, left stick push in. Yeah. I guess once you do it a few times, it's less difficult. But see, that took much longer than it should have taken. So I can go, you know, I'll just move around with my... Yeah, this is much faster. I'll probably do this with them when they're here, so... I mean, they might want to try it themselves. Like, let me do it, Grandpa. Like, okay. I mean, you can sort of preload it, I guess, and just sort of go like that, and then just have it waiting and ready for when you're... Boy, it's really cumbersome. I don't think you die. Whoa. I don't think you would die waiting to try to get it right, but
Work complete.
okay, now we just kill the rest of them. That was weird. I stopped killing. Sorry it's so dark in here. I like my game sort of amplified a bit as far as contrast goes. Normally it's not an issue, but in caves it can be. Let's just get this guy first. Alright, excellent.
Work complete.
Thank you for your head, Melena. Now I could hearth out, but I just want to see what's respawned here. That's another thing I never have done in my testing is put a Hearthstone somewhere on the controller binds. I'm sure I'd find a reasonable place for it. I just haven't had the need for it just yet. Now it might seem weird to have the cat icon here because it's not really doing anything. Once you hit level 10 and once he has spells that he actually casts that have cooldowns, then you will see those appearing in these positions down here. I'm going to turn this in to see if we can ding. I'm pretty sure I will. With 2 quests, I'll probably be halfway to the next level. Acceleration.
Greetings,
Oops.
Ishnuala. Good luck, friend.
Excellent. Alright. So now I've got the druid buff for the rest of these things. Let's see here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a macro that I made, which is mend, pet, and exhilaration. I'm going to put it right there. Not that we'll really need it, but, you know, just so that we have it. We've got the heal pet, and then heal ourselves if needed. Honestly, in all of my testing to level 20 and even in dungeons, I had to heal my pet only a handful of times in the past few days on like 10 characters. So it's no big deal. Let's do this the right way. Let's go. How do, oh. Da, 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 da. Using the D-pad. Set that as active. There we go. There, now we have our little orange arrow. Yes, mouse and keyboard would be much faster. I just wanted to try it that way. Oh, we're almost honored. One more quest. We will be. Won't hit revered until we do a couple dungeons, though. Let's see, we'll head to the south this time. Last time I went across the north. This time I'll go across the south. Thread the needle. So far, so good. Oh, can't do it anymore. Again, I'm looking for that blue arrow, which is my current target. It also gets a little bit bigger. I might exaggerate that for the kids so that it gets really big. And I don't want it to be monstrous. I want them to be able to see what's going on around the mob. A little escape route here.
Work complete.
He's good. Turn this in. We'll bump to honored. Not that we really gain any benefits from that yet, but when we hit revered, we can buy a 16-slot bag for cheap. For like 1 gold 70. Of course, we'll probably have a lot of gold by then. Yeah, we're already up to 1.12 gold. We're not going to be hurting for it later. Run a few dungeons and we'll have 100 gold easily. And I really like his bars, so I will try to find a way to put those up there. And I might just use his bar for that. And then I don't have to have bartender at all. Although I do like the giant eye that it shows up here. I'll have to see if
What
there's
brings you here?
a funny way to show that using console port. Alright, let's bend some things.
The loon be with you.
Don't need any of this. It's all vendor trash.
Goddess water you.
Ooh, one. Be right back. I gotta get a drink. Okay. Sorry. Crunchy noise. So we're going to do the dreaded Relics of Awakening quest, which in hardcore on the Wrath server would kill a lot of people because they didn't realize they should overlevel that dungeon or that cave so that they were not an aggro magnet from every direction. But you know, it was entertaining to have all sorts of people die in caves. So-and-so has died to a so-and-so, and you're like, oh, I know where they are. They're in that one cave over there. Over there. Yeah, let's go ahead and name this thing. Felden. Why not? Sure.
I need a target.
Just the first thing that popped in my head. So that's nice. Putting those less used utility things on more complicated keybinds, which has been my technique for ages. So far, the auto-targeting has been working very well. I haven't had to override it. Hello, assistant. Why don't you quest with me? now we have to find a shaman doohickey. So we can kill Rage Claw. And help him out by capturing his essence or something like that. He's full of rage in his claws. Oh, there it is.
Work complete.
That's fast. You just knocked that one out. Ooh, level 10. Nice. Where is he? There he is.
I cannot attack that. I don't have a target.
That wasn't too bad because we didn't have to target anything.
Work complete.
Once I turn this in, I'm going to set up the UI for the level 10 Beastmaster, which is going to add a few things and change something. Complete, yes. Alright, now that we're in here safe. Alright, so I'm going to change one macro here. We're going to go to... Where is it? Alright, I need to go spend a talent point and activate this. Or not spend a talent point, but activate this. And do we get a talent point right away? I don't remember. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so we're going to go faster. Speed is a good thing. Alright, what else? Now we have the macro. And I'm hoping it works. It was being weird earlier. Where is it? Did I not save it? Maybe I just... Because I was testing it earlier and was running into serious issues with cast sequence not working correctly. Oh, that's right. It was a different server. What am I thinking? Different server. So let's create a new one. CAS. I want underscore so they all go to the beginning so I can find them more easily when the kids are here. All right, so cast sequence. Of course. Cursor position is. Okay, there we go. And we will...
I don't have a target.
Because I don't think we're going to need it for the moment. This kills so quickly. Oh, yeah. What else? We can get a second pet, but we're not going to use it. I think that's it. And of course, the pet now has abilities, and you can see them there. And when they fire, they will show up as being on cooldown, which is quite clever. Nicely designed. Okay, now the rule of this cave is turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, and turn right again.
I need a target. Ishnu Allah. Del Nadris.
I want to talk to you.
I don't have a target.
So much faster. So we turned right, and right, and right, and we go up all the ramps. Where should we go from here? Turn right. Where should we go now? Turn right.
I can't attack that target.
We'll continue returning right. Sort of. Basically, it's follow the right-hand wall all the way down. Now we are going to cheat on that a little bit because here we're not going to follow this entire wall, but we do follow the wall into this little alcove here, which is where our eye is. See our cooldowns down here. Take all the ramps. Turn right. Follow the right-hand wall.
Attack that.
And now we can hearth back to Dolinar. Much more useful than in that little cave right next to Dolinar.
Greetings, Asha Fela. Farewell.
How may I help?
Talent point. Alright, so we're going to get Cobra Shot. Yes. And we're going to change the spell again. So, not to that, but to the other KC. Change this to underscore KCs. Yes, for Cobra Shot. Alright, I want this to be 2.5 seconds. I think that was working best. There we go. Ursal the Mauler. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have mounts now. So let's put a Lothian Prowler there, which is the mount key in Diablo 4. Right D-pad. So it makes sense to try to copy that for memory's sake. So interact is D-pad up, select next enemy is D-pad left, Lothian Prowler is D-pad right. Now I could put another mount there, like right click, left click, although left click is the dismiss pet, so no, we won't do that. But right click could be the yak. So, you know, the vendor mount. In fact, let's do that. So that would be right click. Where's the yakety yak? Right. There we go. So.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
He's a friend of the Grummles. I'm a friend of the Grummles.
May your
All right,
feet
so
find
let's change this a little bit. I like to hide everything. I don't want to advertise that I'm a well-geared character when I'm in dungeons. So we're just gonna go bear there. Very nice. Plain old. Plain old, plain old. And then, let's see, just a simple bow. Where is it? Just a fine longbow. That's a cheap one. All right, and I'll save this as plain. There.
May your feet find good trails.
Don't.
I am honored. A shaft alive.
No, they don't see me and go, oh, this guy's going to do good DPS. I can just sort of surprise them by doing good DPS. Beyond their expectation. And if I suck for some reason, then they're not like, oh, dude, you're all well geared. Why can't you do DPS? We've got a talent point coming up that'll solve these focus issues. And it's one that doesn't require a spell to be cast, which is what I like for this situation. I'm not in a raid, so you don't need to be like monster focus generator, you know, with all sorts of weird spell timings and gotta cast this right in the split second so you can get maximum regen. It's just, no, it's just passive. It's nice. Don't have to think about it. Set it and forget. I will almost always take a passive over an active if I can to reduce the cognitive load when playing. Even in a raid. That's one fewer thing that I can screw up by clicking the wrong button.
Work complete.
And most of them are only like a very minor change to DPS. Now, if it's like 20%, then yeah, I'll probably choose something different. But if it's like you can get an extra 3% if you pick this spell that you have to weave into this 6-spell rotation. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Screw it. Life is too short. I don't want to make my gameplay that complex. I don't want to play a spreadsheet. I've tested this with Mage. It works really well. I've tested it with Rogue. It works okay. Just was not feeling the Rogue, sadly. But Mage, it was working just fine. Went into a couple dungeons. Yeah, it was good. That's where I figured out the... is that where I figured out the Blizzard thing? Yeah, because Blizzard, when you cast your own spells and they target an area on the ground, that works really well. Because there's a... Here, I'll show you. There's an imaginary crosshair. Where is it? Interface crosshair. Yeah, here it is. So if we enable the crosshair, you can see... I'll just have it enabled and maybe it'll... There it is. See the crosshair right there? It's right there. That's where it was throwing those, the Grell things, right? When I was trying to target the ground using their built-in system, when I had to select the spell, it targets whatever this is pointing at. So if you want it close, you aim down. If you want it farther away, you aim, you know, more horizontal. But that same cursor position is used for things like Blizzard. And I'm sure it would be the same thing with Death and Decay. You know, ground-targeted spells. Consecrate, if you have the range version, which I think is in this game. All those spells would use that crosshair position, which I prefer to have hidden because I don't want it cluttering up my 3D world. I sort of know where it should be, and it's just there when I need it. You know, implied by the positioning of the spell animation. But I don't need to see the actual crosshair. Alright, so here we go. So I think this descends me
Greetings. Going
down south, yes. I should probably bend, which I can do anywhere now. Oh, no loot. Actually, let's go ahead and bend.
I have many, many wares.
Nothing, really.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
Takes me a minute to get out of those dialogue. I try to hit the mount button, and it was like, no, you want to select this in this open window. I'm like, no, I don't. I want my mount. So I have to like remember how do I close the window. Yeah, I can just hit the system, the same button that opens the system menu. Closes everything else as well. That button right there on the controller, which is like, I don't know what they call it. It's to the right. It's like below and to the right of the little glowing X. They're like system buttons that like do more like high level important game related things. Like not combat.
How may I help? Till next we meet. Illumine light your path. Goddess, watch over you.
Actually, I'm going to head to the south because there's another quest. They moved it from a different position in the game. The strange fruits. There's 3 of them. This, I don't remember where this one used to be, but it's just a little bit to the east of us here. Or west of us. Yeah, that's another thing that I find disorienting a little bit. I'll tell you in a second. More pathfinding. Yay, faster, faster, faster. Running fast feels good. If I'm trying to loot and there's no loot and there's a target nearby, it'll select the target and try to shoot it. So that's a little bit disorienting. Like if I go like this, see, instead of I hit up D-pad, it just enters combat. So that's a little bit disorienting. You have to be careful not to position yourself where the lootable item, or the interactable, I should say, is not in the right position. And there is also something off in the distance like that. See, I just tried to loot that, and instead it hit this. Again, nothing there. That didn't try to fire because there was nothing in front of me.
Work complete.
This should work because there's an actual lootable item there. Or technically an interactable. I could wait for the glow, but...
Work complete.
So I don't need any of these guys. Just need the seeds. Last one.
Work complete.
3 quests done. I do like how this is like a very gradual, you know, panning of the camera, like a professional. Like if you wanted to share off this game, how the gameplay is, you'd want this kind of a real smooth.
Good luck, friend.
Real smooth
The
motion.
stars guide you.
Okay, he's gonna plant some stuff, right? Yeah. So this is gonna create a combat situation. Just gonna give us bog roots, I believe. Bog roots, there we go.
I am honored.
All right.
Be careful.
Sprouts.
Illumine light your path. Till next we meet.
Work complete.
Excellent. It would be nice if there was full voice acting for these dialogue boxes, like in Classic. Even in Wrath Classic, a good portion of the quests had them. If memory serves, he also released a Burning Crusade bundle that gave you voice acting in Burning Crusade. It's quite nice. It's AI generated, but it was very well done.
Hello.
It did add a lot of flavor to the world.
Be careful.
There's another item to use, which is going to cause me to fight the UI. See, it even warned me. It's like, use left trigger, right trigger, and A. See it right there, the little swirly thing? That's what you got to use. Use the swirly. Get the fun spell next. Yes, very nice. I like that spell. The alternative is Barbed Shot, but, and, you know, obviously if you wanted all these things over here, you'd have to take that. But I want Aspect of the Beast, and then I'll get Multi-Shot for dungeons. Now, since I'm solo for now, I'll probably have two builds. I'll have a solo build and a dungeon build. And the only thing I'll change of this whole thing is I'll swap between Animal Companion and Beast Cleave. Beast Cleave for dungeons, Animal Companion when solo. I haven't done the testing. I don't know if Beast Cleave is better for groups, but it seems like it would be to have your pet do a nice swipe whenever you multi-shot. Like, so it hits everything around. Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Wrong button. Wrong button. Right trigger. Right trigger left. There we go. So I'm bringing it to... yeah, that guy. Tell you what, I can just go. See? I can cheat. Because I have the technology. Again, I didn't have a keyboard or a mouse.
I am listening. Goodbye.
And, you know, as you keep doing this, you get faster at it. You're like, you just instinctively start using the D-pad to select things. I'm still trying to train my brain to use the correct D-pad button for the mount.
I don't have a target.
What happened to my... oh, that's right. It's on the cast sequence.
I don't have a target.
Okay, now here's what's confusing me. Change the spell. It's... oops. I think they have a weird thing going on where it doesn't choose this anymore. So it's like it's not going to show the right spell. Like it's switching to right? There we go. why it does that. It's like a new feature and I don't like it. I chose the question mark at the top for a reason, because I want the currently active spell to be the one being shown out of the cast sequence.
Work
complete. Excellent. That's a Blizz thing, not a console port thing. Thread the needle, thread the needle. Let's see if I can get this on the first try. I can't even jump in there. Nope. 2 tries.
Work complete.
I am honored. Farewell. Peace be with you.
This is my favorite land mount, and my favorite flying mount is the Headless Horseman. I use these 2 mounts almost exclusively on every character. Even though I have hundreds of mounts, I just don't care about them. I like the Headless Horseman because it's virtually silent. No flapping sounds.
Work complete.
I like quiet. Alright, now we get better focus regeneration. Excellent. Let's test that. See that focus regen? Almost right back up. It's amazing. We have another funky fruit over here. Really, the only thing we should be waiting on now is for kill command to reset, which is only a 6-second reset.
Work complete.
Maybe I bumped the mouse or something. It lost focus. The add-on lost focus of the thing that I can't remember the name of. The dialog box. We're gonna go pick up a stolen kitty while we continue to farm for belts.
I'm out of range.
Focus regen is amazing.
I need a target.
Go, kitty, go.
I cannot.
Work complete.
Come on, missed, you poor thing. Give us a nice pair of gloves. Last time I did this, it upgraded them to purple, which was pretty amazing. See if the spider attacks missed. Nope. While they're getting acquainted, turn this in.
Goddess bless you.
Work complete.
Goddess watch over you.
Yeah, she's a good kitty.
Hello. Good luck, friend. Goddess watch over you.
No upgrade.
Be careful. Del Madras.
Oh, that one upgraded. Sadly, I already have pants. Good pants. And the odds that it's better are pretty slim. The upgrade because the ones I have for white. Okay, let's close that. Let's sell some things.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
I have pawns, so it's going to tell me if anything's an upgrade with a green arrow on it, like it did the gloves. Sorry.
Many farewells.
We're going... Yeah, okay, that's right. Right down where the arrow is. Can he catch me? Can he catch me? Yes, he can catch me.
Can I assist you? Farewell.
What brings you here? Goddess, watch over you. Hello. May the stars guide you. Good luck, friend.
Alright. A little bit more kitty heals. Not that we'll need it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, should I rethink this? I don't really need that. I do want to go this direction, though. Yeah. Yeah. Not that I'll need to interrupt anything, but I do want misdirection for dungeons. And actually, I do want counter shot. Let's see here. How would I want to use that? Something's about to cast a spell. What was my natural inclination? I could hit Y to interrupt. That might be a good thing. Or is it shift? I don't need this here. I also don't need that there. It's either Y. We'll try Y first and see what that does. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Why won't you let me put it there?
I don't have a target.
That was weird. So that's another little error. Little add-on snafu. Be nice if I get an enemy that is a caster that actually tries to cast something before it dies. Maybe Oakenscowl will. Oh no, he looks like he's melee.
Work complete.
It's interesting because with a keyboard and mouse, you're almost always pointing straight forward as you move. And you turn your you rotate the camera, and that sort of dictates which way you're running. But with this, you can sort of... Okay, I screwed this up. You can sort of go in all sorts of directions. Is he going to dismount me? No. Like, I can run sideways and look, you know... It's interesting. I could just sort of like... It's like having the camera on this really elegant dolly. Where I'm just following the action. Except I think, okay. No, over here is where I turned in. What was my thinking there? A really elegant dolly where I'm following the action and I can emphasize what I want to be emphasized as far as like, am I really concerned that I'm moving sideways now? Do I really want this angle to highlight some emotional aspect of you know, do I want to see the jump from the side? That kind of a thing.
I am honored.
Continue.
Then
Yes. Last vial. Yeah, after a while you get really fast at this. Using the controller, it just... You don't think about it anymore. It's kind of second nature. For a lot of the stuff. Like, for example here, I can just sort of keep my target in the center. Like, I want to go this way. Meaning, the way I'm going here. But as I swing back and forth, the camera isn't swaying, and I can see my target destination dead center the whole time. It's less disorienting as I'm meandering through the hills here. I know exactly where I want to go, which is right here. And go down and this time, first time, I did it.
Complete.
Ah, the great outdoors. What is nature's call?
This is a fun quest. Oh wow, that's interesting. On the left there. Go away, thank you. I know what these are. And really, you don't need them. I'll get this mounted here in a minute, probably, but... It's interesting, I haven't been mounted before while doing this. I'm always... Seems like I'm always not mounted. Maybe I just happen to be mounted this time. You don't really have to do anything. I guess you don't get dismounted. You don't really take much damage either. So, collect everything. Hit B to kill it. A to collect, B to kill. Yeah, I can't mount this time. Come on. Come on. It's not gonna let me mount, is it? No. So if you're mounted when you first start, I guess, like when you take the quest, they'll let you stay mounted. Interesting. You just can't mount afterwards because that UI is gone. I mean, I could probably open up the collections and click on it directly, but meh. I'll just run back. And I was very happy to discover you can pretty much ignore all these fights. both on the way there and on the way back. This is why running fast with Pathfinder is such a good thing. For situations just like this. It's the always-on cheetah with no dazing. Who doesn't like that?
Is there trouble?
Little silver or little gold coin there means this will sell for more than the other one will. It's part of pawn.
Work complete.
I believe this is the last of the quests in Teldrassil. Thus, it was the big one, where you get a vehicle bar and you like have this major event, which you can sort of bypass most of it. But it's still a major event for a new character, for a new player. It'd be like, holy shit, all these enemies.
I am listening. May the stars guide you.
Nice. See the up arrow?
Good luck. Work complete.
Let's put those on. Replacing a pair of white ones, yes. Much better. I think that's it, other than the table one, which we're not going to do. The Thanksgiving feast thing. Pilgrim's Bounty. Now I think all that's left is breadcrumbs. After this one. I think it's just the one breadcrumb that sends us to the mainland. Probably do a dungeon after this. See, my rep is halfway to revered. My right foot is getting tired. My knee. My poor 59-year-old knee that I've been abusing lately by working on the front door. I'm using a foot pedal with my right foot. So my knee is going, okay, that's about enough of that, please. Whoa! I always jump up on here. Don't know why. Just a compulsion, I guess, maybe. Just fun. Trying to thread the needle in that high wire act.
I speak for my people. Do not lose faith.
Here's the breadcrumb.
I am honored. God is
Code
watching
through the
over you.
teleporter. Up. 8 o'clock. Dong. Dong. I could go to Stormwind by going through there, or Exodar by going through there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go and turn in this breadcrumb, then we'll come back. And we'll start queuing for a dungeon. Oh yeah, I can use them. I do need to go to Stormwind, that's right. I need to go to Stormwind and set myself to Cataclysm, which is what gives you the Azeroth dungeons. I'm only doing this quest because I want the whole zone to be clean of any quests. So if I go in here, I guess there's that one. But that's better for Azeroth, which I'm not going to do. a shield quest. That appears in every city. Shield quest meaning the icon is a shield with a exclamation point on it. Not that it's a quest that gives you a shield. Basically, the shield quests are main story quests for a zone or for an expansion. I love that smooth turn. You're highlighted. Thank you.
May the stars guide you.
We're gonna go back to. Come on. There we go. That could be a problem as you get more and more flight paths. Maybe you learn over time which ones connect to which ones, whether you hit the up, down, left, or right D-pad buttons. Love that graceful camera movement. You can never replicate that properly with a mouse. It's just too jumpy as your hand has those weird spasms, little micro spasms as the muscles twitch as you move the hand around. And there's no camera smoothing algorithm, at least not one that does much. Now in this iteration of the game, they've added so many boats to places that they've just replaced some boats with this teleport. Again, interactable, D-pad up arrow, or D-pad up. Yay, Wizard Sanctum. All the places we can go once we unlock the different expansions. For now, we're going to go talk to Chromie. Sorry, I had to fix my mic. It was, for some reason, it was in a weird position. The only thing I think the kids might not get right away is that they don't have to jam the left controller to the left and right. Like, it's like, no, you could do gradual, and same thing with this, the right controller stick. Like, if you jam it to the left, it goes very quickly. If you can go very gradually. If you just barely push it over. So I like being like a master cinematographer as I'm moving around, doing these graceful sweeps like that, where it's just enough so that I'm uncovering the path as I go down. It just, for some reason, it's just satisfying. I mean, if they get frustrated with it, there is a mechanism where you can tie the camera yaw. You can tie the camera yaw to where the character is pointing, so that the camera just turns automatically, but it's less cinematic. And I like controlling it myself, but they might have to have that if they get too frustrated. There's that shield quest back there. Same one. Why, hello, Chromie.
Haven't we done this before?
choose Cataclysm.
Who would have thought someone named Deathwing would bring about so much destruction?
Now, there's no integration with Kal-El's tracker, so I have to click on this to get it. That's one downside of using this add-on down here as opposed to using the built-in interface. I haven't tried it with the built-in UI, but I'm guessing that it works. You know, where you could just, it auto-selects it or lets you just mouse right to it or D-pad right over to it. Okay, so we're going to choose this.
Work complete.
And we're going to click out of it and turn in the quest.
It's so nice to see you.
All we had to do was look at it. And now, we're going to look at some dungeons. Okay, do we have any points to spend? We have 1 point. We're going to go with multi-shot because it's satisfying to do multi-shot when the tank pulls groups of enemies. Where is it? This is very much too much because most of that. I'm going to go on faith that they've fixed most of that. And I want this to be on left trigger B.
I don't have a target.
So left trigger B.
Target.
Or like that's what I was doing earlier and that worked really well. Okay, so I've got, yeah, I might put that on shift or left trigger Y. We'll see what happens, but definitely left trigger for that because it's main combat, and I like all the main combat spells to be on B if possible. Alright. Alrighty. Let's see how long it takes us. Let's go random classic dungeon. Find the big eye. I like that. It's funny. It's funny to me. It makes me laugh. I will have to go back to Darnassus though, because I want to be there so I can buy. Actually, I need to come down here first. Need to buy a Stormwind tabard, then go back to Darnassus and be ready to buy the bag when I hit Revered. But I don't have to do that immediately. I just need to make sure I get the Stormwind tabard first, so I can swap to that after maybe 2 dungeons. Whoops, almost in the water there. Hit a button by mistake. The commoners are for that Pilgrim's Bounty event. Okay, so I'm good. Even if I get in long before I get back to Darnassus, I'm good. And actually, what I can just do is just teleport to Dolinar, and then just take the flight path to Darnassus. Much faster than trying to use the boat. Hello, old place.
Ishnuala. Dennat.
Oh yeah, I need to leave more channels. I want the kids to remain sort of isolated from anybody. So like there's this really great setting where social you can just disable chat. You see nothing. Everything's censored. I mean, it might have been enough just to do this, but I also want to leave all the channels just for the sake of leaving them. Let's see, do I still have that on a bar anywhere? No. I'll put that on a bumper. Bumper. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't do anything. It should say leave. Huh, interesting. Maybe that's, let's check something. Settings, channels. Oh, there we go. Maybe that's all I had to do all along. Well, there we go. Now I can remove this. And wait by the quartermaster. For however long it takes. This is from Bartender, so that's one reason I'm using Bartender. If I can move that up, let's look at those settings while we're waiting. See if there's a way to do that. Action bar. These are the controls that let me position these differently. I can also move them by hand, but then they lose their precise alignment. You can control, you can control where they are geometrically related to some position of the screen, and you can also tell it, I want these extra flyouts, spell flyouts to be to the left, to the top, to the bottom, to the right, using this right here. But I don't see anything for the... I don't want to click on these and screw something up. I do want to disable micro menu modifications because I'm using Bartender for that. I forgot to click on that. No. I want Classic. Because they're cute and fun. Well, there's an icon that shows here that I don't want to have visible because it covers the minimap. It's basically whether the flyout spells are being shown or not, but since I use since I only have them showing up when I'm assigning them, and it opens up that grid as well, then it's not really necessary. Like if you wanted to check, what spells were assigned there, you could click on the eye, and it's sort of like a password on the web. It's like show me the password. It works that way, where it shows you, all the spells that are assigned.
Ask of death.
All right, pretty good. Now, there is a bug in the game itself where if you ding while in a dungeon, your pet's growl will be turned back on. It's turned off by default in dungeons, but it will get turned back on when she levels, which is really annoying. Yeah, shift right or left trigger right click. Sorry, left trigger B is really good for multi-shot. Everyone's dinging like crazy with this holiday buff.
My endless agony shall be yours.
Ooh, something I interrupt. I just saw someone interrupt. Can't interrupt that.
Rest for the angry dead.
Interrupted that.
The end at last.
Work complete.
Right after this pull is where this dungeon usually experiences its worst moment. There's a plaza where there's patrols running around, and the tank usually just runs out like this and grabs it. And there's just so many groups. See this group over here? Now that pulled. There's a patrol behind us that'll pull. And if you're not super well geared, like this guy's really well geared. Yay for interrupts.
cannot attack that. I can't attack the target.
Quest right here to turn in. And it's not behaving. How do we pull these guys? Is that preventive?
I will
I need to
break
get
you!
closer.
Pathing here is really weird. My pet's going crazy trying to get to them.
It is too far away. I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. It's too far away.
Piece of iron.
Sorry, man. Pathing. Still a little bit weird.
To think you've come so far, only to perish here. I'll honor you with clean death. My legend begins now!
I can't attack that target. I cannot attack that. I need to get closer.
Yeah.
My legend!
You shall pay for this treachery.
Gonna have an ad here, maybe? Yes, we're...
Arise, my champion.
I need a target.
Green.
Ah! Don't do weird things on me. Did someone dip the,
Work complete.
Okay, they did. Okay, good. Quest turn in NPC.
What is it you ask?
No, dear. That's disappointing. So that's, yeah, it works. I think that's good enough for now. Oh, talent point. Alright, so now we have 1 point. Ah, misdirect, yes. Yes. Alright, so we have a misdirect spell. A very good one. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to put underscore in front of this. That way it goes nearer the top. And we're going to put that on. Should that be left trigger Y? Maybe. I do have to set up the focus target, I think. Let's see what that's set to. System, key bindings, targeting. Focus target is normally the home key on my keyboard, but I need to set some key, maybe left, right, Y. That's it. The Y button can be like auxiliary, you know,
I
interrupts.
need a target.
left trigger to misdirect, and then to assign the focus, I can like click on someone and then set that. So like if I wanted to set that character as focus, there we go. I wonder if it'll work if I do this. Let's see. Come on, kitty. Now I have to actually select it. Can it be interact? Let's see, let's interact with this guy. Interact.
I have what you seek.
Nope.
Keep your
Have to select it by hand. I'm sure there's a way to bypass that using the controller system, but I don't feel like going into that right now. I'll figure it out later. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. Time to take a break. That was fun. Good leveling session. Ugh. Ironing out more kinks with the controller system before the kids come over. After the holidays. Happy holidays. Alright, let's turn off my focus. I can also do it this way. Home. Home.
How may I help you?
But yeah, I'll probably just do that in dungeons. They won't be running dungeons, I don't think. It's just too much. Things happen too fast. If they had the solo dungeons, like the follower dungeons that they're going to come out with, that would be really fun for them. I would show them that. And I think they would have really good time because they can go at their own pace. They won't have, you know, tanks and healers yelling at them to hurry up, or, you know, yelling at them because they hit the wrong thing, or they're going off in some weird direction because they're lost, you know. Follower dungeons. Very good thing for newbies. So that's it, and I am going to log out and